How's it going, everybody? It's Marco and Alex Ailing, the Vaga Brothers, and you're watching another episode of How to Travel the World.
Last week we talked about how to save money for your trip, and today's a special day. It's Earth Day. So this week we're talking eco-friendly travel. So what is green travel?
Green travel, eco-friendly travel, sustainable travel, it's all the same thing. It basically means preserving the planet and its people for future generations. It's everything from wildlife conservation to preserving traditional communities and reducing our carbon footprint as travelers. In short, it's about traveling responsibly.
Back when we were Boy Scouts.
We were Boy Scouts.
That's right. We learned to always leave a place cleaner than when we found it. But let's be honest here, modern travel is not the most eco-friendly thing, especially when one round-trip flight from New York to Europe produces about 2 to 3 tons of CO2 per person.
That's a lot. And when you know that there's 1 billion people traveling every year, our impact on the environment is growing, which makes responsible travel more important than ever.
So here's how you can take nothing but photos and leave nothing but footprints. Maybe a carbon footprint.
But we're gonna make that carbon footprint the smallest possible footprint we can make it.
That's right.
That's what we do. We're Boy Scouts.
That's right.
Let's start with transportation.
Air travel produces tons of greenhouse gases, so whenever possible, make sure that you buy a non-stop flight, or if you can, take the train.
When you arrive, try to take public transportation or take a hybrid taxi. If you have to rent a car, make it a compact or a hybrid, and even better, ride a bike or walk, the original and still the greenest way to get around.
Another idea is to offset your carbon emissions by donating money to renewable energy projects.
For example, the offset for that trip from New York to London is about $25 round trip. You can learn more by clicking on the link in the info box below.
But what about accommodation?
An eco-resort is ideal, but many hotels, normal hotels, are going green, and there's now websites that rate them on their environmental credentials, from whether they've used recycled building materials to whether they have low flush toilets and low power lights.
Wherever you're staying, make sure that you ask your manager if they recycle and how the hotel plans on going green. Your feedback as a guest can have a huge impact on a hotel's stance towards sustainability, especially in parts of the world where it's a foreign concept.
But at the end of the day, it's about personal responsibility, so take short showers, don't get your sheets changed every day, and make sure to turn the lights off on the way out.
And remember, if it's yellow, it's mellow.
But if it's brown, flush it down. So here's a question. What does sustainable tourism have to do with people?
Well, if you're traveling to a place that's traditionally been used by indigenous communities, such as the grazing lands of the Maasai and the Serengeti, make sure that you choose a hotel or a tour operator that works towards the preservation of these communities and not their displacement.
Tourism can have a big impact on traditional lifestyles, so be mindful of yours.
On that note, support local industry whenever possible. Skip global chains for mom and pop restaurants, shop at local farmers market, and drink local beer instead of a Heineken.
Unless you're in Amsterdam.
Touché. Not only is it good for the economy, it's good for the environment because you are not importing food from halfway around the world.
Buying local is a good example of how sustainable travel starts at home, because the world's greatest travelers are the goods we use every single day. Chances are your t-shirt has been to more countries than you have.
In the end, all of these things, choosing accommodation, choosing transportation, respecting nature, buying local, these are all reflections of how we live our lives back home.
So the best way to start traveling sustainably is to start living sustainably, no matter where you happen to be. So start small. Buying a reusable water bottle will eliminate hundreds of plastic bottles and waste every single year.
What about you guys? Any tips on traveling green or insights into the challenges of eco-friendly travel? We love hearing from you guys, so please leave a comment in the box below and find us on social media at Vaga Brothers.
That's all for this week. If you liked the video, give it a share for Earth Day, and we'll see you next week on the road. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
On that note, buy local whenever possible. Did you fart? I fucking swear to God, it hurt. Oh my God, man. On that note, right when I start, Mark tries to slip a fart out, so I won't call him out on it. Greenhouse gas producer right here. Tons of CO2.
Guilty. No, methane. I'm sorry. We had Ethiopian food yesterday.
Oh! Okay, we're gonna have to take 5. Wow. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Vaga Brothers. Today's a special day, and in the spirit of exploring your own backyard, we're in Los Angeles, California, in Thai-Town.
Thai-Town.
About time. This week, we're talking cash.
Now, a lot of people have been asking us, how do I save money for a trip? Well, surprise, there's no magic trick to saving money.